Ugh. This is the worst. I hate sports. It's like unbearable.
Well, Carolyn, you sounded so enthused when we were watching the Super Bowl there.
Yeah, the most enthusiastic, Tom. You know me, I love sports balls.
Yes, and today's episode is called the Sports Bowl.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
And
it's the biggest game of skee ball in the year.
I know, you were so excited. Well, podcasters, welcome to episode number 2, the Sports Bowl.
The Sports Bowl.
Dunn and Dunner, the podcast, with me, Tom.
Excuse me, I'm drinking wine, and I'm Carolyn.
Yes, you got a nice glass of wine there, Carolyn.
Mm-hmm. I do.
So, guys, today, we'll be talking about a lot of things, and we'll get into that shortly. But first and foremost, Carolyn, we've recorded episode 1, and what kind of feedback did you get?
I got great feedback. Thanks for everyone who listened, and I think everyone liked it for the most part.
Yeah, I got a lot of great responses from folks, and we're up to 87 followers on Facebook. We've almost got 100 plays on Podbean.
It's true.
So we're starting off slow, but we're all in on this, and this is something we're excited to do and bring to our friends and family. And those of you who have started listening to it, you guys are helping us lay the framework down to the future of this, because every week you're going to get a new episode. And
we want everyone to hear what we have to say about life and stuff.
Yes, exactly. Stuff. It's the iteration of what Seinfeld was meant to be, a podcast about nothing.
It's true.
So, but thank you guys all once again for following us. Please make sure you follow us on our Facebook page at Dunn and Dunner Podcast. And you can also now follow us on Twitter at Dunn the Podcast. Please follow us there. Also, if you do not have iTunes, you can follow us by downloading the Podbean app for free. And you can find us, Dunn and Dunner, the podcast, on the Podbean app. We got about 14 followers there, so I want to thank everyone for following us.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you can just follow us on iTunes. If you go into the iTunes podcast, Dunn and Dunner, the podcast, and you follow us there, please leave us a 5-star rating and share your feedback.
Or, whatever rating you feel is appropriate.
5-star would be great, though. But
it would be great, but, I just can't wait till we get our first troll, Tom.
I know, it'll be great.
Can't wait to be trolled.
Yeah, we'll start mentioning those folks.
I'll find you.
But guys, please subscribe to us. You'll get the episode downloaded to your phone right away. This week we'll make sure that we get on Google Play as well, so you can listen to episode 1 and 2 on this Wednesday morning. As those of you who are listening to this, we're recording here Tuesday. It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta. Weather's great.
I just wish the cold wasn't over, honestly.
Oh,
but, I'll give it a day. It'll probably be freezing cold again.
Apparently,
it is Atlanta.
Well, the groundhogs did what? What's it? If the groundhog sees its shadow, there's 6 more weeks of winter.
I can't tell you which is which, Tom.
Well,
but there are 6 more weeks of
there's
winter.
6 more weeks of winter.
According to the groundhog.
According to the groundhog. So, we'll keep on going. If you do hear faint footsteps in the background, that's our dogs. We're recording live. There's no editing this week. So we're going to make sure, we get the full authentic version of us.
And me possibly yelling at Jenny, who might be jumping up on a counter at any moment now. Up or barking. Oh, there she goes.
So if we do hear barking, you'll probably just hear us yell at the dogs. And, it'll be great and fun. Mm-hmm. So, but, we've had a great weekend last couple of days since we recorded the podcast. Like I said, thank you all once again and everyone who reacted and gave us their feedback. But yeah, we had a great weekend. 2 of our friends got married this weekend, Coco and Pony.
Congrats to Coco and Pony. We love you guys.
Had a great time at their wedding.
It was beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. I love the venue. It was great. Ceremony was great as well. Mm-hmm. And, got out of town into Athens for one night,
Yeah.
So, and also want to thank our friend Candace for watching our dogs since...
thank you, Candace. We love you.
Oh, yeah. So we just want to thank... We can get out of here, leave the kids with someone for a while. But Carolyn, you've had I have a lot of...
I've had a very, very eventful week since we last recorded. I have thrown my back out.
Yeah, she threw her back out completely. So it's a good thing I'm at home right now because I'm waiting on her.
If it weren't for Tom, I wouldn't have pants or socks on most of the days.
Yes, exactly.
It was even shirts at one point, and standing was also hard. All the things. Yeah, and delivering you to work so that way you can make it to work and everything. I'm be doing that again tomorrow. It's hard to check your blind spot when you can't turn around. No, it's not a thing.
Now this is first time in the 6 years that we've been together that you've had this much of an issue with your back.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, we get the massage and the chiropractor fixes you up and everything.
Yeah. I got a nice 90-minute massage today.
Massage?
Massage for, my deep tissue massages. I went to the chiropractor. We've had a couple muscle relaxers.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So she sounds a little loopy and everything. It's just the muscle relaxer.
No, it's not. It's just me, regular. Let's not even blame drugs. That's just how I am. But Tom, I want to say thank you for all your help this week, and thanks for helping me build a wedding cake for Coco and Polly.
Oh yeah, I'm a good errand boy. You tell me what to do, point me in this direction, maybe do that. I produce the podcast. This is taking up a lot of my energy and looking for jobs as well. But it's one of those things that I enjoy to do, whatnot, and so. But that cake turned out beautiful. One thing, our friend who's going to usually be here in the background and everything, she's not here with us this week.
No, she's not.
And she'll be back later, but we want to make sure we get this recorded and edited on time to make sure that it's on iTunes for everyone. But Trishna, you'll hear Trishna in some of our sound clips. And Carolyn, there's one thing I think I brought to your attention earlier, but we will probably never do live commentary.
You did. We tried, but it just didn't work.
Yeah.
I think we got a couple of good clips from us watching the game, but
I think we have a total about 4 minutes here at the end of the podcast.
And
you'll be able to hear.
And the entire, we started recording at the very beginning of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and that's probably what we'll start here in just a moment. But that clip you heard in the beginning is just one of the many comments Carolyn said about the Super Bowl.
As I feel like we're both really burpy today, Tom.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep a clear voice and everything. And this is one thing I've learned about doing this and recording, because when I was in college, I went to art school in New York City, and one of the things I did in college for a semester with my buddy Jim is I hosted a radio show, and you gotta.
You did what?
It was Tom's rock show. I made my own shirts and everything. It was a learning experience about you gotta.
Cute.
It's Carolyn's Carolyn, but I have to be an exaggerated version of myself too.
Wait, are you saying I'm just constantly exaggerated, Tom?
Well, I gotta be on my game for this.
That's a yes, people. That's a definite yes.
Yes. So it's one of those things where I enjoyed it. I love the power of radio, and I love how the whole thing of a podcast. And part of the reason we're doing it is during here in Atlanta. I've listened to my podcast, Talk is Jericho, the Steve Austin Show, the Nerdist, and Carolyn has a love for podcasts as well.
I do. I sure do. I listen to, I think, 20 different podcasts.
So she doesn't listen to music at all.
Funny enough, I think I stopped listening to music all in all. I haven't really heard anything new, but I am up to date on the news and everything that's hilarious. Yes,
and I get most of my news from Carolyn and Twitter, especially now that I'm more doing our marketing on social media. Remember our Dunn and Dunner, the podcast on Facebook, Dunn and Dunner.
Second plug.
Yeah, shameful plugs. I'll keep doing them. But, we got to get our voice out there and everything. But, we enjoy it. You can start a podcast in your car and on your way to work. And, of course, going to work is usually easier than coming home from work, because I just remember when I would drive to Dunwoody every day, be 25 minutes or so in the car, and then an hour and a half on the way home. So I could usually finish the podcast and start another one during my daily commute. So it was one of those things where we just want to do something we want to do and get our creative outlet.
It's true. Going. Do something together.
I know. So hopefully...
forced togetherness.
I don't think forced, actually. I just think it's something that's awesome, Doing something with your wife whom you love.
It's true. You do love me.
I do.
Is this where I'm supposed to say I love you too?
I know.
I love you too, Tom.
I know.
I hate you so much.
And there's a couple of I Hate You Toms in our sound clips too for later on.
And just know, if I ever threaten his life or, physical, what have you. I'm rambling at this point.
Yes.
They're all empty. They're all empty threats, just so everyone knows.
She really doesn't lock me in the closet and beat me.
I also don't punch anyone in the throat, although sometimes I really wish I could.
Judo chop!
Yeah, That's definitely what I want to do.
So, guys, today's episode, like I said, is titled The Sports Bowl. Yay! Why is it called The Sports Bowl, Carolyn?
Because I don't care about sports, Tom. Sports are the worst.
Did you play any sports in high school or middle school?
I swam. And then I swam. Those were my sports.
The only thing I did in high school was sport I did was wrestling.
So you actually did a contact sport?
Yes.
I did not. I swam.
Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed wrestling. No one ever fucked with the wrestlers. I'll tell you that much. There was a meme going on about something where, kids in the wrestling team didn't have to worry about getting bullied.
It's true.
So, but I love sports. I love the competitive nature of sports, and I always enjoy playing them with my friends and whatnot. And I think the Super Bowl, and part of the reason that the second episode is a Super Bowl, because it's the biggest pop culture thing in the beginning of the year. And
is it?
I think so. And we're going to talk about that a little bit.
You keep thinking that.
And
I'll let you believe it.
Since I met you, you've watched the Super Bowl every year with me.
That's because there's nothing else to do.
And that's why it's a big pop culture event.
Whatever. There's nothing else to do.
So, exactly. But I don't know what the rating was for the Super Bowl and everything. But, it's always a big... And the game was great. A great competitive game. And we'll be talking about, moments throughout the game. But, let's just start off with the beginning. We started watching it when it came live. We saw Sting and Shaggy on the pregame. So
it's true.
Carol's like, is that Shaggy?
It's true. That was a weird combo, I have to say. Well, I think we should actually back up a little bit further.
Okay, what?
We need to talk about what we made for Super Bowl.
Oh, Super Bowl snacks. Very important thing if you're going to a Super Bowl party.
Super Bowl snacks are really key. This year it was just the two of us, so we each made a dip. I, for the first time, made buffalo chicken dip, and it turned out pretty delicious.
Yes.
And Tom made his
famous sausage
dip that he got from his...
Mother Tara.
I couldn't remember who it. Sorry, Tara.
Well, it's hard when you got two moms. Which mom did what?
Honestly, I thought it was from your dad.
He would probably take credit for it, though. I would say Dad would probably take credit. He says he's the cook and he taught Tara everything, so may have started a fight with that, but we'll see. We'll keep going.
Oh, yeah. So, we made two dips, but I think snacks are really big. I think to the Super Bowl parties that we've gone to before, the spread's pretty incredible usually.
Oh, yeah.
And delicious.
Our buddy Brett, he always throws a party. This year you didn't, but, usually, yeah, exactly.
Thanks for leaving me out.
But we fill up I feel if you go to someone's house for a Super Bowl party, you better be bringing beer for more people or bringing a dish, right?
Yeah, but we usually bring both, I feel like.
Well, we want to make everyone happy, apparently.
Well, yeah, it's true.
So, snacks are my sausage dip, easy recipe, Jimmy Dean's sausage, cream cheese, and a can of Rotel tomatoes.
And it's so good.
I know.
Oh, and then we had sriracha in ours.
Sriracha.
That's how we like to spice ours up with a little bit of sriracha.
Sriracha, it's like those chips that have every flavor. We add sriracha to everything.
Mm-hmm. But... yeah, so I think that's where we really need to start, Tom, is Super Bowl snacks. Because that's the important
And you're right, because when you go into a person's place, you drop off the snacks, and you look and see what everyone else brought. Because I want to try this, try that.
Yeah.
So you do your little sampling before you even sit down and watch the game.
It's true. And actually, I usually sit in the kitchen.
I was going to say, usually what your spot when we watch the Super Bowl at these Super Bowl parties is in the kitchen.
Yeah, where all the food is. Why wouldn't you want to sit there, Tom?
And then you think about it also, you get different people come in and out, so you have more and more people to talk to. It's not like you were talking to someone for 5 hours.
It's true. The conversation's always good. It's always short, which is nice, so you can keep it pretty surface. Unless Drew can't talk, but that's okay, because I can also talk, so that's cool.
When you two are together, everyone else can just do whatever they want.
It's true. But yeah, it's always nice to sit in the kitchen and away from the sports.
And, usually you come out for the last, couple of minutes.
I come out for the last, 3 minutes, which is about 45 minutes of my life that I can't get back.
And that's another reason why she doesn't like sports.
Yeah. Well, there's actually a few reasons. Should I go over them real fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why I hate them? One, why does a football game that's usually what? How how much or how long are they usually, Tom?
It's supposed to take an hour.
Okay, so an hour-long football game takes...
Well, hour and 15, because halftime's 15 minutes usually.
Okay, an hour-long football game takes 4 fucking hours. Why? Why is that? Why do we have to pause every time? What is that all about? 2, it's actually the most stressful reason that I hate sports, is when people yell at the TV. What's the point of yelling at the TV? They can't hear you. They don't know what you're doing.
We got a clip of you saying this is why I hate sports too, because we yell.
It's the fucking worst. And I won't be really paying attention to the TV. I might be in the room for a game or something, and I'll be doing something else. And then all of a sudden, just everyone screams out of nowhere, and it scares the ever-living crap out of me. That's another reason. And then, the biggest reason, it's you have all these players making millions of dollars, but we can't pay our teachers fair wage.
It's not the player's fault, though. I mean, the industry, it's a
It just sucks. The perspective sucks. That's all. We don't even have to go into it.
It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, so these guys should be compensated, I think.
I don't disagree, but why can't we pay teachers who are teaching our future more money?
That's government
funded.
funded.
Like that's more important.
I think so, too, being a former teacher.
Yes.
But I don't excel at sports or anything like that. Maybe we'll excel at this podcast.
I don't know. We could be like teachers and just never go anywhere.
Yeah. Well, we'll go somewhere with this. We'll keep it going. I think, slow and steady wins the race, Carolyn.
It's true. Well, those are the 3 real reasons that I really hate sports. I think, the third one, yeah, it's a little kind of a downer, but I get it. These people work really hard to do what they do, but...
And they only do it for, so long.
And they get so much money.
I think it's worse for the football players, though, because their contracts aren't guaranteed. So let's say a guy gets hurt. That's why they get the guaranteed money. If you see I know you see the news clips here and there.
No,
so-and-so got it.
If anything comes up with sports, I don't really pay attention.
Well, that's why they get the guaranteed on the front side, because usually after 2-3 years, if they're not performing at the top level, they get cut. Whereas NBA players and baseball players, which have a 6-month-long season, it feels like, or year-long, get guaranteed contracts, and you can't release them without being penalized.
Oh, was I supposed to be listening to all that? Because I really stopped caring about 5 seconds ago.
And that's why today's episode is called The Sports Bowl.
All right. Well, moving on. So let's talk about the anthem, the other pet peeve that I had about this year's Super Bowl. Why aren't they showing the woman who is signing the whole thing the entire time? Why do they just show clippets of her?
Clippets?
Yeah, they just
clips of her.
Well, clippets. That's a word. I can say clippets. People
I'm sorry,
know what I mean.
Clippets.
Well,
you can keep going. I'm going to look this up.
I don't know if it's necessarily a real word, but people know what I'm saying.
Don't be making up your own words here.
Anyways, so they just show her here and there, instead of having her in the corner, having her the entire time. It's special to have someone there signing. Why the fuck not show her the entire time? Anyways.
Dictionary.com. Calipers, clippers, clip arts. Clitties.
No, let's just stop there.
Clients, clips, clipped, clits.
All right, and we're done with
closets.
that.
That's what the suggested words were for that.
Anywho, that was a little annoying.
Leslie, who did God Bless America was Leslie Odom Jr.
Yeah.
He did a great job, I think.
He's in Hamilton.
I don't know. I've heard a lot about this Hamilton show, and I don't know what it is.
Well, that's a show for another day, Tom. I'll teach you all about Broadway.
Oh, I know it's a Broadway show, right?
It is.
It's not It's not a TV show now.
Correct. It is not a TV show.
But we did see a commercial where it said the producers from Hamilton.
Yeah, it's a show, but this is not it.
Okay.
Hamilton is about Hamilton.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Anyways, he did a great job. Pink was apparently sick with the flu or something.
She had the flu days before, and she said she was going to power through it.
Yeah.
And Pink, she did a great job. And, going back to the signer real fast and everything, that's why I would assume deaf people watch the closed captions.
Tom, you know what? Closed caption, it's just a special thing. It's not always a thing they have on TV. But they have someone there signing. Why not show them the whole time?
Well, I think they show them on the monitor in the arena.
What about all the people at home? Are they not special enough?
Closed captions.
I know, but are they not special enough to have someone
I think when,
if
someone was deaf and our age, they know to use closed captions.
I mean, I use closed captions. I know that, but still, it just wouldn't
because
be
you
nice.
can't hear it.
It's okay. Shut up! I hate you.
That's another clip you can listen to towards the end. Carolyn asked to turn on the subtitles, and how was she going to hear it without the subtitles? And I, as a smartass, said, "You read the subtitles. You don't hear the subtitles."
I think they'll hear that in the end, Tom.
Anyway, well, they may not listen to the end.
Oh, well, I hope you guys do.
So Pink did a great job.
Yeah, she did awesome. I like how she pulled her lozenge out at the end, at the very beginning. It was kind of cute. She's like, "Oh yeah, my lozenge."
Helping my sore throat here.
No, but someone apparently gave her shit on Twitter, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm too busy being super awesome."
I mean, I get negativity and things like that, and I mean, we'll have negative comments here and there, but you mainly this is about
or not because I will hunt you.
Yes, this is a podcast of positivity.
Yeah, well, I'll just be Liam Neeson. I'll find you. I have a particular.
I will find you.
I have a particular set of skills,
and I will find you. Oh, Liam Neeson's come into your restaurant before, correct?
He has. Oh my god, he's the nicest.
Is he really that tall?
Yeah. Mhm. It was really awesome. I didn't get to meet him. David met him.
Oh.
Because he came in twice in a row, and I wasn't closing that night, but those nights. Anywho.
I think Pink's drummer, he was our motivational speaker at one of the work conferences I went to.
Boring.
Before I left the company, they were, years before, I was told that Will Smith was there and all these big celebrities, and we got Pink's drummer. He was cool, but I mean, and he drummed for us while he was doing stuff, and Ryan Clark was the best one though. Mhm. Mhm. So Pink did a great job, and then we get into it, and and of course that's where they introduce the lineups, and the players go and tell you what school they're from and football.
That's just why.
And it just looks awkward for them, for most of them, because
the video, where they have to look at the camera and freeze, it just looks stupid.
Tom Brady, Michigan.
Okay, so Tom Brady's on the Patriots, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm just using that example. But he's the only one who gets airtime. There's a handful of people on each team that actually talks to the media or does video interviews. So there are probably, some of them, it's awkward for them, I would think.
Well, I don't know if people go into it hoping that they're going to be all super famous. I think they just want to play the game.
Yeah, for the few years that they can.
Well, let's talk about Tom Brady real fast. This controversy behind his son kissing him.
Yeah, that's the episode. If you haven't watched it, it's on Facebook Watch, Tom vs. Time. It's great. I've watched all the episodes. I think it's awesome.
No, everyone's up in arms about him, his son kissing him and having a quote unquote lingering kiss. No, that is the fucking stupidest thing. I kiss my mom on the mouth, and that's fine. It's not like I'm giving her tongue or anything, but it's
just
love.
so sweet,
It was actually really sweet to see a son and a father-son sort of.
And his son does,
scenario.
and he was talking to him about fantasy football before, and Tom Brady went along. He's like, "No, come give me a kiss," and then he didn't. He's like, "Yeah, Dad."
It was so cute. It's actually really endearing to see that kind of relationship between a father and son and not be put off by anybody. And so fuck everybody who thinks that's terrible.
No,
fuck you guys.
You finally get a little insight to this guy's life. He's always been closed-doored about everything private, but you finally get to see some of his. It's all more about his personal life, which I think you would like, and it doesn't have too much to do with football.
No, Tom, it doesn't matter. I just think it's ridiculous what people are saying about his kid and him kissing. That's so stupid. You know what? Parents kiss their kids on the mouth. It's fine. It's just when it goes further than that, when it's not.
That's where you start having to call the cops.
That's where you draw the line. It's literally kissing on the mouth. That's it. That's where you draw the line. It's fine.
And then the kids will divorce their parents.
Yeah, emancipate.
Emancipate. That's what it is. I was trying to think of that word. So,
it's okay.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here to correct me or let me know about these words.
It's okay. We'll get you there, honey. We'll get you right there.
And another thing that bothered me about the game, Caroline, and when they were comparing Tom Brady and Nick Foles, the two quarterbacks, were they using their Madden characters?
Yes. I don't know what
Dogs!
I don't know what that means, Tom. The Madden characters.
Madden, the video game.
But they were definitely
the football video game.
Yeah, it was definitely like
Looked
video
weird.
games.
Just use their actual photos.
Well, maybe they didn't have one.
They did all those live photos in the beginning.
Oh.
And this is a Super Bowl. You think they would up their production and have better renderings of these characters. Or these players, I'm sorry, which are characters in a game.
Sorry. People are posting on our Facebook right now.
Oh, good. So maybe we'll talk about some of these comments at the end. Or do you have a good one now you would like to share?
It's stupid.
Yeah, no one really. So, but thanks for posting, guys.
Yeah.
So, we get into the game.
My least favorite part.
I know. First thing is Carolyn says, I'm so bored. Is this over yet?
It's the worst. I can never get that time back, Tom. I can never get that time back. Thank God I cross-stitched through it.
Yes, exactly. Some good cross-stitching going on there. Mm-hmm. So anyway, game starts. Philly gets the ball first. They go down, score a field goal. Patriots get the ball, and then they go down. It's really, the game was a back-and-forth game in the first half. And the whole game, actually, I really enjoyed the Super Bowl. Lots of scoring, especially for folks who need a lot of action. Because I think a lot of people get bored more of the defense. So a lot of high-scoring games going on.
Yeah.
Are you doing a little snappy snap?
Yeah, I'm going to snap. Just keep talking because I don't care about sports.
Yes, exactly. So, we get into this and, going back and forth between the game. I'll talk about, some key moments here and everything. But then we start getting into some of the commercials, Carolyn.
Oh, so
it's her turn.
Let's talk commercials. It's my turn now. Thank God I just sent that Snapchat out. You guys check it out.
What's your Snapchat?
Oh, I forgot. I don't remember. I have to look it up.
Carolyn Guerra.
No, I think it's like CLG31204.
They look up your name and Snapchat pops it up.
Sure. That's not my name, though, anymore, Tom.
It's on Snapchat.
It's actually Carolyn Dunn now. I don't know if you know that. All right, so some of my favorite commercials, I think Tom would agree with me. The Peter Dinklage Doritos commercial.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was fucking amazing.
It's been a while since I've seen Busta Rhymes, and then I thought he was like when they do those cutovers, standing in the portrait.
Yeah, it's super cute, and the fact that his mouth really lined up with what is it?
It felt like Missy Elliott's didn't. No,
it did. I think both of those. Morgan Freeman did an awesome job.
I thought they did it. I just saw when they panned to Missy Elliott.
No.
It was like she just stopped.
No, she goes, ha. That's what she does. That's right, guys. Just like that. No, that was such a good commercial. And then everyone's like, oh, is this like something about Game of Thrones? Because they've I actually read an article about it, about them kind of maybe giving a hint to Peter Dinklage's character in Game of Thrones, how he might possibly actually be a Targaryen and how he's breathing fire. So it's kind of like, maybe? But there's also ice, is what Tom was talking about. So, we'll see.
I think those commercials would have been even better had they done the Peter Dinklage part, and then we get to Morgan Freeman later on. Because, I don't know. I thought it was awesome, but then when I watch it back again, I just I think it would have been better separate. And then you combine the two of them. That's what I think.
No, I love it together because it's like they're like having a wrap off.
I thought that
it's Fire and Ice, Tom.
A Song of Fire and Ice. She didn't get that right away. I had to tell her that.
Nuh-uh. I did get that. I just didn't think about it.
Yes, until I told you.
You're right. Anyways.
Lionel Richie also did a commercial. I would say that, yeah. I'm like, the first celebrity commercial of the evening was right after the first part of the game. Mm-hmm. So, once again, first quarter, Eagles are leading the Patriots 9-3. Patriots missed a field goal and an extra point. 4 points that could have helped them.
Can we talk about that amazing thing that I saw happen where you guys made me watch the replay? Mm-hmm. Where someone got a face full of penis?
Yes, Brandon Cooks he caught a pass and he tried to hurdle a player and he ended up getting...
It almost happened.
Yeah.
But he just gave a fucking other player a face full of penis.
Teabagged him.
Yeah. It's
like when Bruce Springsteen teabagged the camera on the Super Bowl years ago.
Ew, gross.
His crotch slid right into the
really?
camera at halftime. Only 80 million people watching the Super Bowl. Ginny, no one wants to talk to you.
Oh, she wants to talk to me, though. No, that was pretty hilarious, I have to say. It was pretty funny to watch that fucking crotch in the face. That's not the kind of ball he thought he'd be catching.
Yeah.
I'm full of lame jokes.
Sure.
It's fine.
Well, they showed that. I was at the gym the other morning, and they showed that play because they were showing a lot of the plays.
Yeah.
And they showed that. It's like, oh, I didn't realize I was getting a face full of something.
Yeah, no one knew.
Of course, it was G-rated because it was on ESPN. But
of course it was.
The Nazi mouse would have got them if they did it.
Who's the Nazi? I don't care.
ESPN's owned by ABC, which is owned by Disney.
Oh, Nazi mouse. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, Ginny wants to help do the podcast. Oh, here comes Ray, too.
Well, Ginny, you can add your comments here if you have anything to say.
No, she's got nothing right now. Well, let's talk about other commercials, because, that's what everyone actually wants to talk about.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to... I'll have my few comments about the game, actually, so...
So, I think one of the better ones was the Pringles Bill Hader commercial, where they're, like, stacking, and then it's like, nobody asked you, Kevin! Or nobody cares, Kevin. That's what they said. Anyways, that one was really funny. And the Amazon commercial with who is it, Alexa? Where
Alexa loses her voice.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They had the CEO of Amazon in there.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
Cardi B was hilarious. When she's like, I don't know about Mars. And then Gordon Ramsay was on it. We had Anthony Hopkins.
He was a sensitive version. You don't know how to make grilled cheese. The name's a fucking recipe.
He didn't say the F word, Tom.
It was bleeped.
Sports law.
And then there was that commercial where they said, bleep stinks.
What was that one?
It was one where you said you didn't see it, but when I showed you again later, they were bleeping shit. It was, shit stinks.
I didn't see that one, but
yeah. I enjoyed the Alexa commercial going back.
That was really good. Anthony Hopkins was hilarious. Cardi B was great.
For the peacock.
Rebel Wilson.
Those weren't therapy peacocks, by the way.
Yeah, not therapy peacocks. He didn't fly with him.
Or chase them around the airport.
Yeah. And then who else was in that one?
Who's the chick from Pitch Perfect? She was the one who set the mood.
Rebel Wilson.
Set the mood, Alexa.
Yeah. That was a really good one. And then actually, I have to say, my favorite and actually most informative commercial was the Rocket Mortgage commercial with Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh, it was Key?
Mm-hmm. And I actually went back on their website, and he gave me a synopsis of different, plays or whatever.
He taught you football?
He taught me football. That's how I want to be taught football, Tom. Could you get him for me to have him teach me?
Well, hopefully this podcast will be a success, and maybe we can have him in a couple years.
Maybe. And then the Jurassic Park with Jeff Goldblum and the Jeep commercial.
Let's talk about the trailers towards the end. Let's talk about the commercial stuff.
No, the Jeep commercial with Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
Goldblum. I'm still talking about commercial stuff.
Excuse me.
What's wrong with Ray? She's crying over there. So that one was really cute. I really liked that one where he rolled up the window on the T-Rex.
Yeah.
That was pretty hilarious.
How you like it now?
Uh-huh. And then I think...
You want to take this car for a test ride?
I just did. Oh, and then the Crocodile Dundee one with Danny McBride.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I saw the previews and I thought, oh, they're actually going to make...
My baby. Sorry, my baby's crying. Hold on, baby. Come here, sweetheart.
I actually thought they were going to make a film.
I know. Well, it looked like a preview that they put out before the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And I thought it was just going to be an actual film where they're going to... Because, Crocodile Dundee, the first one was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And is it Paul Hogan? I think it's Paul Hogan who was the first Crocodile Dundee.
I'm pretty sure, yes.
So Danny McBride and Chris Hemsworth and,
And his brother...
Liam's in there, and then Margot Robbie's in there.
And then
who was that one girl with the tattoo on her hand? Who's the cop?
The one that's such a girl crush for me?
Yeah.
I forget.
She had the short hair.
Yeah, she's so hot.
If anyone hears that and can tell us the name of that,
yeah.
I won't go. I won't
is.
look in my Google machine and see if it.
And then who was it? What's his name? Older guy, the one who threw a phone at somebody. Or hit someone with a phone.
Who, Russell Crowe?
Yeah. Did he hit someone with a phone at some point?
I'm sure he got in some altercation with someone.
Sweetheart. Russell Crowe was in it.
Hugh Jackman.
Isla Fisher. Is it Isla Fisher?
Let's just go with that.
Anyways, it was really cute. It was a really cute commercial.
She's married to Sacha Baron Cohen. Did you know that?
Yes, I did know that. So suck it, Tom.
Oh, excuse me.
Can't teach me something new.
Well, I mean, I'm teaching you a little bit about sports as we talked about the Super Bowl.
Just to let you guys know, he's not teaching me anything. I'm just not listening to it.
Exactly.
I think those were all the really awesome commercials that I saw. I think, that's all I
Doritos one with Danny DeVito. No, that was the M&M. That was a good one.
Danny DeVito one. That's true.
Yeah. Was a Lucky Penny or Lucky Nickel or something?
It was a Lucky Coin.
Lucky Coin. And
he was Danny DeVito. That was the cutest.
And then he gets hit by a bus.
He dropped his Lucky Coin. Anyways, that was super cute. I love Danny DeVito. I have my own personal Danny DeVito.
And I saw the whole Sunny from Philadelphia cast was at the Super Bowl.
Were they?
Yeah, I saw something. There's a lot of celebrities there. I saw J-Lo and A-Rod.
Well, that's always what happened. What is...
Oh, she wants something. That's why.
What is she trying to get? Oh, what did she get, baby? What is it? What does she have? Is it edible?
Come here.
A toy of hers?
Yes, it's one of the small balls.
Okay, that's fine. I'll allow it. You go have fun, sweetheart.
Sorry, a momentary pause for dogs. We are dog lovers. I swear, if Carolyn could have a farm, she would. She would.
But that's close.
No, the whole thing. Her whole life would be, we bought a zoo.
That's like my dream. That's literally my dream, is we bought a zoo. Tom, will you buy me a zoo?
Maybe when we go forward, we'll have some sponsors who we can talk about.
Well, I used to work at the zoo. Did you know that?
The Atlanta Zoo?
I did. I worked at the Atlanta Zoo.
Did they throw poop at you?
No, but I was attacked by a potbelly pig.
And you want to get a pig?
Yeah, but he was an angry pig. He used to be in the petting zoo.
Did he know he was about to become bacon?
No, potbelly pigs aren't bacon. No, I think he was just in the petting zoo too long, so they put him in his own, area where you couldn't pet him anymore. It was Pickles the pig.
Pickles the pig.
And he was so cute.
And one thing, you hear our dogs wandering around. We love our dogs. Our dogs are part of our lives, and we do not lock our dogs unless we're leaving the house for a long time in their crates. And
because Ray gets apprehensive and loves to eat everything.
And I think the other two just want to eat everything anyway.
It's true.
But we love our dogs, and they're our children, and we're not going to lock them up while we do the podcast. So
no, they're sweet babies, so you have to deal with us talking to them during our show, because Ginny will not be ignored.
She will not. She's the alpha.
She will not be ignored. She's the worst sometimes. Anyways, or the cutest. I can't remember which one it is.
Back to the biggest pop culture event of the year.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do you have more? I think we talked about all the commercials that I enjoyed.
Trailers. What movie trailers did you enjoy? TV and movie, because there was some TV in there as well.
Hold on. I think I actually wrote it down somewhere else. So
okay.
I'll call my notes.
Well, I'll start naming off a couple. 30-second spot for Avengers.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
So.
Oh, and I actually forgot about another one, the NFL Dirty Dancing commercial.
Oh, that was the one. So we were watching it, and they kept having these commercials of Eli Manning. I'm like, and it's building to something, I guess. And
Wait, Eli Manning is still a football player for what team?
He plays for the Giants, the New York Giants.
Got it.
Which actually play in New Jersey.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, but we'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Well, sports don't make sense, so I guess that, in theory, makes sense.
So anyway, we see all these clips of Eli Manning and commercials throughout the game.
He means he, because I don't know who that is until he told me.
Yes. And Eli's the brother of Peyton Manning. You know who Peyton Manning is?
Older brother?
Yes.
Question mark?
He's the one who's all the Papa John's and Nationwide commercials.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been on SNL a bunch of times.
Excuse me, I'm very thirsty right now.
So anyway, it builds up towards this end. We've only said, we've talked about the score to the first quarter. But towards the end of the game, they do this whole dirty dancing thing with the lineman from the Giants, and then
nothing.
The lineman from the Giants, and so
it was so cute. I love that they actually tried to dance.
Yes,
their moves were very stiff. Said no.
Well, they are football players.
I don't know,
but I thought it was a great.
They're agile sports players.
Good for Eli. I saw Eli. Peyton had a commercial in there. I don't remember what Peyton did, but he was in there somewhere at some point too.
Either way, it was really cute. I really enjoyed that commercial. It was super adorable. So actually, I actually wrote notes in my phone because I think I couldn't reach my notepad at one point in the evening. I felt like not sitting up to get it. That's how lazy I was. All right, previews. A Quiet Place.
Yes, that's the one with
Emily Blunt and John Krasinski.
That looks.
Who are married in real life.
That looked a lot. That preview looked a lot better than the one we saw in the theater when we saw Star Wars.
It looks so creepy. Well, I think they're giving away a little more because you didn't see what the monsters were. You actually saw what it was this time.
I didn't see. I mean, you saw the monster for like a split second.
Well, yeah, but like you didn't know what was making them be quiet.
Yeah. So is the sounds that, I mean, it'll be interesting if they do how much of the movie actually has audio in it. Other than like, sound effects of them walking and things like that.
No, I think this was actually the easiest movie for them to memorize.
Yeah.
Says nothing for an hour and a half.
The script is 20 pages.
Yeah. No, so that looked amazing. Infinity War.
Avengers. May 4th.
I'm drooling over that fucking movie.
And it shows everyone split up, so I'm interested if they're going to bring everyone together at the end.
Well, they're going to probably... Who farted? Somebody farted. I think it was Ray.
I did take my socks off and they smell.
No, it's not your socks. That's dog fart.
Yeah.
No, Infinity War looks amazing. It just makes me want to just googly eyes and drool over them because they're amazing.
So I'm just thinking, like, who's going to... I feel like a major character is going to die.
No.
I think it's going to be Thor.
No. He already lost an eye.
And he lost his whole planet.
And his eye.
And his hair. His beautiful hair.
No, I like him with short hair, too. He looks awesome. Did we see a Black Panther preview? I think
they had a car commercial.
Yeah, it was a car commercial with them in it, which I'm still excited about.
Yeah, see episode 1 for our Black Panther feedback.
Yeah, I'm still stoked about that one. For TV shows,
well, there's one.
Well, there was the Jurassic Park one again,
and we still don't like that. Solo, a Star Wars story. That definitely gets a raspberry from Caroline. I just don't know. I don't know about that one, and I'll talk a little bit more about this because you don't know. I mean, I don't think Han Solo needs to have his own solo movie.
Was that a play on words, Tom?
Oh, you know, I mean, I'm a quick one. It'll be cool. No, I mean, I'll see it, but I just don't know what kind of plot it's going to have.
I just don't know how I feel about it. No, yes, I do. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to have to see it because you're going to make me go. But that doesn't mean I'll have to like it.
Just take your $20 nap.
Maybe I will. Another one, pooper.
Yeah, well, Westworld, because I haven't seen Westworld.
TV shows. Tom still has not seen Westworld, and I don't know what to do to make him, watch it. It's like Stranger Things. He, refuses to watch Stranger Things, too.
I don't feel like I should be on the TV bandwagon like everyone else. I'll discover it when I'm ready to discover it.
But it's so good, and I want to talk to you about it. Don't you want to talk to me about it?
I'm talking to you right now about it.
But you don't know anything about it. Westworld, by the way, the preview looked amazing. I cannot fucking wait for that show to come out. It looks...
Isn't Anthony Hopkins in that, too?
Well, if you would watch the show, Tom, maybe you'd know. Because I'm not giving anything away.
Fine. Spoiler-free rendition.
Well, yeah. I like to stay spoiler-free because I'm not going to be that person, Tom. I'm not going to be that person. Also, the Stephen King show.
Castle Rock?
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Saw a lot of commercials for This Is Us.
Yeah, and then also, was it the Cloverfield?
Yeah, that has a 17 on Rotten Tomatoes.
But it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize. I guess I just didn't catch it.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know what the whole platform of Netflix compared to doing like a box office movie where I don't know how they make money off that.
I don't know, but the last one, like Cloverfield Lane, was awesome. I loved the twist in it. It was a really great movie.
I've never watched any of them.
You should probably watch them. They're not as scary as you think they are.
I think it's scary. I just wasn't. I think the first one I was kind of interested in when I saw the trailer, but I never saw it.
Well, if Autumn's listening, I just remember when we watched it, she cried because it's so realistic, and it's true.
Okay.
Anyways, it was really good. And I think those are all the TV shows that I was excited about seeing, that I saw and was excited about seeing. Yeah, those are all the commercials and things that
we can think of.
Well, that I wanted to talk about. Tom, who won the football game?
Well, Carolyn, it was a hard-fought contest, I will say. And, there was a couple key things, and maybe you'll remember it. You remember that helmet hit that knocked the guy out of the game?
Yes.
I remember, so Brandon Cooks getting knocked out of the game. That was a big blow to the Patriots.
Was he a Patriot?
Yes, he was on the Patriot. He was the one who teabagged the guy.
Okay, keep going.
Another, like I said, back and forth. All I want to know is, so both these teams, their defensive coordinators, are going to get hired for head coaching jobs. So my original prediction was 24-20 Patriots. I thought the defense would show up and the Patriots would win in the last second. Again, I'm not a Philly fan, but congrats to Philly and the Eagles for winning the Super Bowl. Like, they care what I have to say.
Well, except for the whole part about them, like, fucking rioting after the
I know. If you guys look on there's clips. This is one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of the Philly fans, is they decided to flip cars, torch things, loot, and all sorts of craziness. And, a lot of people had fun and were safe and everything. But come on, really?
Like, why do that? Your team won. That's awesome.
I know.
Your team won. That's awesome.
Can you imagine if they lost?
Well, haven't they lost before, Tom?
Yes.
Haven't they rioted before?
I mean, you don't have to give a Philadelphia citizen any good reason to loot in the village. So, back and forth game, quarterbacks did great play. Both quarterbacks had MVP performances. We'll talk about halftime here in a second. So, the second quarter, Philadelphia scores 13, Patriots score 9. But the last play of the second half, really, when Philadelphia is driving the ball and all of a sudden they go for it, the quarterback lines up as a receiver. I thought they were doing Wildcat, and what Wildcat is,
I don't care.
Damn. So, anyway, they play. So, I thought it was a gutsy call because the Patriots did the same play a little bit ago, but they were just trying to get a first down.
Yeah.
Where Tom Brady was the receiver. You remember that?
No, I don't.
Anyway, Nick Foles lines up as a receiver, and he gets thrown the ball for a touchdown. And a lot of people are saying that is the biggest play of the game. And that, they weren't settling for field goals. They knew with the Patriots they would have to outscore them because they show that. So we go into halftime. It is 22-12. Eagles are up by 10. And, they go into the commentary about the halftime show. Jimmy Fallon, they do a Pepsi commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Fallon is introducing Justin Timberlake, and they do a montage prior Pepsi commercials. And Pepsi was the big sponsor for this Super Bowl. Usually, Pepsi has the rights to that because every year when I was working in retail, we would have to talk to Pepsi about getting Pepsi displays and whatnot. It wasn't really a Coke thing. So Pepsi's the sponsor of the halftime show. You see homages to Michael Jackson and all these other cool commercials from the day. Ray Charles, pick your nose more.
Mm-hmm.
But Carolyn, what do we think?
We're not on video for a reason.
Yeah. We have the faces for radio and doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Especially Karen right now because she's all blotchy.
I'm blotchy. It's okay.
So Carolyn, what did you think of the halftime show?
I honestly didn't even want to talk about it. It was just so...
it is all over the place.
Well,
I feel like they piped in the crowd noise.
Well, it's so funny because I was actually listening to a Trevor Noah little blurb today on Facebook, and he was talking about how, I love Justin Timberlake. I think he's awesome, but
he danced very well.
you couldn't hear but every other, 10th word. Because, I don't know what
they had backing tracks, sound. But then he would... No, so they had a backing track where they had the actual song playing, and then he would sing.
Yeah, but barely. That was the weird part about it. I just didn't... It wasn't great. And what was he wearing?
Camo and what was it? A mountain shirt?
I don't know. Thank you, Leanne, for that question. Also, to Amy, did that kid actually know who Justin Timberlake was?
I felt that felt like a stage selfie. The kid was ready with his phone.
Well, of course they're all ready with their phones. At the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they have to block it out. So, I know Justin Timberlake's coming up here. They're not going to let Justin Timberlake just walk up any row.
That's true.
I mean, there was security right behind him.
Well, yeah, behind him.
Yeah, but they knew he was going there. Yeah. The kid was staged. I would say the kid was staged.
All right, so that's his opinion.
So the songs, I don't know any of the Justin Timberlake songs.
Well, he has a new album.
Did they play one of those songs?
I think they started with that one where they were in that
was it like a
room downstairs, and then he came out from under.
I thought it was going to be funny if he actually did the whole halftime show from underneath the air off the stage.
Yeah, right? What if that had happened? I don't actually know his new album. It just came out. Is
it called Filthy?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
I think that's one of the songs.
I think you're right.
Because we tried listening to it and we just weren't interested.
Yeah. No, it just was not an exciting one. I thought it was really cool, the, how he paid respects to Prince with the hologram.
Some people were saying on Twitter that they felt like Prince would have not liked the tribute.
Well, Prince isn't here to make that decision, so don't make decisions for him.
One of the best halftime shows
was Prince.
Yes. And, they haven't, the halftime shows, they've only been really doing these big halftime shows since 2002, I want to say, when U2 did it after 9/11. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was a great show. U2 did.
No, because wasn't Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears before that?
No, that was 2004.
Oh, was it?
I think maybe the one before that with Aerosmith.
I think his brain literally exploded a second thinking about that.
I think before that, Britney and Justin and NSYNC and all of them were on there with Aerosmith. And then the year after was with U2.
Oh, okay.
And then Janet Jackson showed her boob. I was in New York City when it happened. I was out there smoking a cigarette and it happened. And they're like, oh, she showed her boob on 80 million people. I'm like, so we've seen Janet Jackson's boob before?
Have we?
I think so.
Have we though, Tom? No, I just thought it was kind of an uneventful, not exciting.
I would say it's probably the one Super Bowl halftime show I did not enjoy at all.
Yeah, it was kind of not memorable. Although I really thought it was cool that they
Paul McCartney was the best.
When they lit up the city.
Yeah, that was cool. Where they did the Prince's symbol.
Yeah. Yeah, and then just, oh my god, that was so cool. Also, can we pause this for a second? Have we started?
Yes, we started up again.
I had to go to the restroom, y'all. I had to go so bad.
So I didn't understand any of the songs he was singing.
Jenny, stop licking yourself on the couch. Thank you. Yeah, no, I just didn't...
You knew the songs.
I knew most of the songs. I didn't know the new one, but it just, wasn't exciting. You couldn't really, hear the lyrics of his songs. You could just see, the chorus. You could just hear blah, 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 blah. Hear the chorus. That's it.
The only song I knew was...
the Troll song.
Yes, the only... Surprisingly, that is his best-selling single.
Ever.
Yes.
I think we talked about this last time.
Probably had more of NSYNC when they were... back in the day, when people were still buying CDs.
Well, either way.
I thought NSYNC was going to come out. But maybe because they performed at the halftime show before.
Yeah. I don't know. It just wasn't great. It wasn't my favorite.
No.
I mean, if I have to watch football, there better be a good goddamn halftime show.
I would say of the Super Bowls that we've been together and watched, Katy Perry was good.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga was good.
Yeah.
Black Eyed Peas? I just thought it was cool when Fergie and Slash.
Yeah, I don't remember that one very much. I remember as much as the actual game.
I felt like when Bruno Mars did it, that the Red Hot Chili Peppers should have done it. And I get they're trying to get away from like the classic lineups of older rock bands and try to be more of what's popular now. But I think next year they need to go with someone that people can get into a little bit more. But, I couldn't hear most of what he was singing until they did the Troll song.
Yeah, and,
it just great. Like I said, that kid was staged.
I don't believe so.
So, second half of the game, a lot more, same thing, some great commercials and whatnot, back and forth.
What not?
Yes, what not? That'll be my shirt when we start doing shirts. Going back and forth throughout the game, a lot of stuff going on. Gronkowski got hot. Patriots got the lead for a minute there.
Gronkowski, the only reason I know him because he was at WrestleMania.
Yes, Gronk got in there, and he did a shoulder tackle against Jinder Mahal in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Oh, I don't know exactly where I saw him in the show.
It was at the Battle Royal.
Okay.
So, we went through that, but really, like I said, back and forth, no defense at all. So the Eagles go down towards the end of the game, score, and get ahead. And you figure, okay, well, they haven't stopped the Patriots, so the Patriots are going to go back down the field and score. But the key play of the game, if Carolyn, you remember, because I started screaming at the TV, is there was no defense played until Graham did the fumbles, caused Tom Brady to fumble the football. And that was the only turnover of the game on the Patriots.
Oh, I do remember him going, oh.
Yep. So they got to him.
He probably made that noise exactly.
Yes. And then they go back and they score another touchdown. Yes. Mm-hmm. And they're up by 8. Still a lot of time for the Patriots to go back downfield. So they get to the 50-yard line. They throw the Hail Mary at the end. Once again, the one thing I do like about the last couple of Super Bowls it's pretty much come down to the last play of the game. When the Patriots beat the Seahawks, Butler intercepted the ball. I had to take that off Instagram.
Y'all, Tom just took the worst photo of me and posted it on Facebook and Instagram. And I'm literally blinking. I have zero makeup on. And I'm like, bleh.
You're taking photos of me and I'm...
You look great. T-shirt.
Yeah. I'm a sexy bitch.
I'm not without makeup.
Not sexy.
Not sexy without makeup.
Anyway. So anyway, they go downfield. Gronk gets them down to the 50-yard line. Hail Mary at the end. They had a chance to catch the ball, but they don't. The Eagles win. Eagles win 41-33. So I was way off on the score. Did not think that it would be that high of a scoring game. Funny thing, as I pointed out, and people have seen it on Twitter now, as I saw Kevin Hart being denied going up on this podium.
Oh, really?
So Kevin Hart is trying to get up there, and he's all smiling and everything, and trying to probably talk his way up there, and this big bodyguard just pretty much, you don't belong. You can't get... Kevin Hart's this little guy, and then this big guy, so he stops him.
You have to be this tall to get on the stage.
Yeah, you're tall enough to play football.
Exactly.
So, that was, the game was good, and we pretty much stopped watching then. And... a lot of good commercials. I would say the Doritos one and the Dundee one were my two favorites of all.
I don't know. I love the Doritos Mountain Dew commercial. I also liked the Amazon commercial.
Yes, the Amazon was good, but I would say the Dundee, even though it was a tourism one, was my favorite. And then I would say out of the trailers, Avengers.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Avengers, and I really enjoyed seeing Westworld, just like that little snippet. I'm really excited about it.
And I thought Pink did a great job singing the national anthem. I don't remember, other than hearing Whitney Houston do it years ago. Mm-hmm. And she has the ultimate one, the best. It was like a number 1, I think. Can't remember who sang it last year.
Me neither.
So, great entertainment. It was probably watched by 60, 70, 80 million people. With all the devices now streaming, and probably even more for the convenience. We watched it on YouTube TV. And, Nick Foles was the MVP, and, he had a great game. Quarterback who threw a touchdown, 400 yards passing, receiving touchdown, only had 1 interception. And I just thought it was a great game. And, of course, it didn't go the way I wanted it to go.
It's okay. You can't win all the time, Tom.
But, the Super Bowl is in Atlanta next year. And come on, Falcons. We need to get there. And if we go to the Super Bowl, I will do everything in my power to go to the Super Bowl, too.
I am indifferent to what Tom is saying about football. I do not care.
But if you had the chance to go to the Super Bowl, you'd go.
Well, here's my thing. I don't know if I would go because I would want someone who actually wants to be at the game, who is enthralled with football. Granted, I have to say, it would be cool to be yeah, I've gone to a Super Bowl game, but...
All the people I know who go with me would sell their tickets. Everyone said they would just sell the tickets to make money. I would actually go to one Super Bowl. I've been denied twice, Mother, going to Super Bowls.
I think it's okay, Marlene. Don't worry about it. I feel like if I had the chance at tickets, I would give them to someone who actually wants to go.
Give it to my dad.
Well, I would. I would.
You go with me. Tara be pissed, but she went to the Super Bowl already.
Well, good for her. No, but yeah, I'm just as content watching it here and eating bullshit and wearing yoga pants.
Yes. So. That's why I like to go, when a football season, I like to try to go to one game a year. Because
Have you gone to one this year?
I didn't go. It was a lot of it's still really expensive to go to the new Mercedes-Benz.
It is expensive.
So maybe next year I'll go to one of the games. Maybe I'll just go to the Super Bowl, and that'll be the first time I go to the Mercedes-Benz zone. Might be something to hold out to. So
save your money.
Exactly. So, it was a great game. So, Carolyn, what will we, the Sports Bowl is over next week. What are we talking about next week?
We're going to talk about Valentine's Day. Since it is falling on Wednesday, we're going to kind of talk about what Valentine's Day means to us.
Yeah, and we'll talk about a couple stories of our Valentine's Day together.
By what it means to us, it means I don't care about Valentine's Day.
It's we both worked in the restaurant business, and it was amateur hour. And we'll talk about some stories we probably have from that. Well, at least I will, since I'm not in the restaurant business anymore. But, it's just one of those things. It's just
I'm actually not working Valentine's Day this year.
I know. I just don't know how you got away with that.
Well, I think John was just really nice, and I needed 2 days off, and it's just Tuesday, Wednesday this coming week.
But you did say you had to give up one of your days because you were sick.
Yeah, but that's in the following week.
I wouldn't be surprised if they said, Carolyn, we need you for a little bit.
That's fine. I already have my schedule for next month. It's cool.
Yeah. She's a team player.
I try to be a team player, and I felt really bad about being sick and out all those days. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Valentine's Day. But this year, Tom and I will actually get to spend the whole day together for Valentine's Day. So who knows? We could do a bunch of romantic crap, or we could do nothing. It'll probably be nothing, which
we're going out on Tuesday.
Absolutely fine with.
So stay tuned to that. One thing we would like is we want our fans and our friends and everyone who's part of the podcast and
by
following
friends,
us.
we mean fans, because you're automatically fans if you're my friends.
Thank you for correcting me. But we want to hear if you guys have a great Valentine's Day story, or
good or bad,
good or bad,
or amazing,
or your opinion of Valentine's Day. We want to have a part where we interact with our fans on here on the show and everything. Carolyn, go ahead and pull up Facebook and see if we got any good posts to repeat. But send us. You can, if you don't want your story to be advertised with your name or anything on Facebook or Twitter.
Definitely change your name.
Definitely change your name. Well, you can't because you have to post it. But send us to us.
Well, you can message us.
You can message us
on gmail.com at Dunn and Dunner Podcast.
Yes, so you can email us at dunandunnerpodcast@gmail.com. You can send us a message on Facebook through the Facebook Messenger, and we will respond to you right away because, once again, I am not working and I have plenty to do. If you have not noticed the number,
give my husband something to do.
If you have not noticed the number of times I've been posting a day to try to get as many people attracted to this as possible. So, guys, send us that. We'll have some We'll talk about the history of Valentine's Day too. Talk about some
Don't give all the secrets away,
Tom. You gotta make sure they... I'm trying to set the hook. Trying to set the hook for next week, Carolyn. So, check that out. Once again, you can find us on the Podbean website, Podbean app as well, Dunn and Dunner, the podcast. You can find us at Facebook at Dunn and Dunner Podcast. Also, our Twitter handle at Dunn Podcast. Please follow us on Twitter. If you have any comments or things like we said, if you want to send us a story for our Valentine's Day episode, email us at dunnanddunner at dunnanddunnerpodcast@gmail.com. So send that to us as well. But we are looking forward to keep this going. Please subscribe to us on iTunes as well. It's free. We're going to keep this podcast free for everyone. We will probably start having advertising here next week as well. But this is something that we really want to keep doing. We really want you guys to become fans. Follow us on all the social media platforms. But guys, please, on iTunes.
He's begging you.
But subscribe to us on iTunes, and that way every week you'll automatically get the next episode on Wednesday into your podcast subscription. Leave us a 5-star rating or a decent rating as well, so that way you spread the word.
Or leave a bad rating and learn how to
feel Carolyn's wrath.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But once again, guys, follow us on all of our social media platforms as well, and please leave us some ratings so that way we spread the word. Please share our podcast as well if you want to. It's up to you, but we look forward to bring this episode to you each and every week. To finish up, we're going to leave some sound bites of us trying to do commentary throughout the Super Bowl. We were not going to ever air it because we're already over an hour here, and it will be a couple minutes. Once that all plays, there'll be probably like a second in between each clip, and once you hear our theme music, it's over. So
it's done, Tom. Would you say it's done?
Well, we're done.
We are done.
So, but once again, I want to thank everyone for listening to Dunn and Dunner, the podcast. I'm Tom.
I'm Carolyn.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye. Oh, who's on Hamilton? I knew that.
I can't figure out how to put the subtitles on.
Well, this is upsetting. How am I supposed to hear it?
You don't hear it with subtitles. You read.
I did say that, didn't I? Well, I don't care. Who's that? I know that person. Wait, who's the one that's on the team right now?
Tom Brady.
Thank you. Oh, really?
Oh my God, that's a Patriot. That was America.
That is absolutely going in the episode, by the way.
I just said it was the American flag.
Oh my God, I thought that was just America. It's America versus the Eagles.
I thought that. No, I thought it was like an America thing, like his Eagles and then the American flag.
Oh, no, those are the...
Whoa!
I don't know what just happened.
Holy shit!
He almost hurdled him.
See, this is why I hate sports. Everyone just yells at the TV.
Watch this replay.
Watch, Carolyn.
Oh, shit, he got a face full of balls. Like my nuts. That's going to be a meme in 5 minutes. Oh, my God. Look at him. He's like, yeah, I tasted this shit.
So, Carolyn, it's halftime. What do you think so far?
As you can tell, Tom, I'm doing some cross-stitching right now.
Do you know who's winning?
The team that you don't want to win. The Eagles. The green team, as it were.
Who?
Matt.
Oh, it's purple. Look at the city.
Oh, that's awesome. I kind of love that.
Oh, cool.
I kind of love it even more. That's so nice. Oh. I fucking hate you, Tom.
We're doing commentary.
We're doing it.
Are you recording right now?
Yeah, we're recording.
But Trishna! But we're going to edit it out. We just, if like there's good comments that we make during the show, or the
Super Bowl.
It makes sense that you're recording. I just didn't know that.
Trishna, we're recording. It's Italian. That did Liz.
Ooh. Oh, they almost got free.
Sorry, I'll get excited here.
Tom, I'm going to need to keep your excitement to a minimum.
Oh my goodness! Touchdown.
Huh? His eyes. Pause tape. Okay. How much was that?
Oh, shit. I'm going to root against them just to spite you, Tom. I think that's what... Is it over yet?
You got 4 more hours.
Oh, my fucking God.